Here's what the left says. The Democrats may have been the party of racism a long time ago, but they underwent a conversion. Now they are the champions of civil rights. The left insists that in the 1960s, the two parties switched sides, brought about by Richard Nixon's Southern strategy. Supposedly, Nixon converted the racists in the Democratic Party, the Dixiecrats, into Republicans. So today, Democrats are the good guys, and Trump and the Republicans are the bad guys. Did Nixon have a campaign strategy that appealed to the racists of the Deep South? No one has uncovered a single racist campaign statement by Nixon. So the left says Nixon used crime and drugs as a code for racism. But in fact, Nixonian resentment was directed against the Vietnam draft dodgers and the militant anti-war protesters and the drug-smoking hippies. You might recognize the unofficial anthem of the Nixon voters, composed by country singer Merle Haggard.
We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. We don't take our trips on LSD. We don't burn our draft cards down on Main Street. We like living right, being free.
Kevin Phillips, the author of The Emerging Republican Majority, is supposed to be the architect of Nixon's Southern strategy. But Phillips reveals that Nixon didn't have a Southern strategy, he had a Sun Belt strategy. Nixon wanted to appeal to those urban, upwardly mobile voters stretching all the way from Florida to California. This strategy included the peripheral or Upper South, but it did not include the Deep South. Nixon won the Sun Belt, and he lost the Deep South to Democratic segregationist George Wallace. One of the first things Nixon did when he took office in 1969 was to introduce America's first affirmative action program.
Nixon is helping minority people through his black entrepreneurship program.
Now, would a racist president playing to a racist base give legal preferences to blacks over whites? Absurd. And what about those Dixiecrats? How many of them became Republicans? Here is a list of senators and congressmen who joined the Dixiecrat Party or voted against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. In the House, just one switched parties, Albert Watson. In the Senate, just one, Strom Thurmond. All the other Dixiecrats stayed in the Democratic Party. They died as Democrats. Case in point.
Today, our country has lost a true American original, my friend and mentor, Robert C. Byrd.
This is the former Klansman who led the filibuster against the Civil Rights Act. Obama and Bill Clinton attended his memorial service.
They mentioned that he once had a fleeting association with a Ku Klux Klan. And what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. He was a country boy from the hills and hollows of West Virginia. He was trying to get elected.
The South's enduring shift into the Republican camp came not in the Nixon, but in the Reagan era. Reagan defended patriotism, free markets, family values, religious liberty. He was pro-life. It had nothing to do with race. As the South became less racist, it became more Republican. So the progressive Democratic claim that the party switched sides and the Democrats are now the good guys and Republicans are the bad guys is a big lie.